Hey you! Yes, you! Have you ever wanted to visit one of the hottest states in the US? Looking to recapture childhood memories? Looking to spend every last dollar in your pocket on a bottle of water? Well, I have just the place for you. Welcome to Disney World, home of the world's largest rats. Now, why should you come to the quote-unquote happiest place on Earth? Because, you like rides? Yeah? Okay, cool, we can work with that. Look at this one. Pretty cool, right? How about this one? Or this one? And if you even need more convincing, have a look at these happy Disney patrons.
I haven't even been to Disney World.
So come on down to Florida and come to Disney World. You won't regret it. Just don't look at your bank account. Ah, Florida, the tropical wasteland, home of this and this and this. Ever since 2011, when I was a wee lad, my parents have taken my brothers and I down to the treacherous land just so we could see people willingly drop themselves down an elevator shaft. An amazing part of going to Disney World as a young child is the fact that you don't remember much, except for the fact that you went on to Pirates of the Caribbean without your family and got lost for the grand total of 15 minutes. So it's nice to go again when you're a bit older. And it's also nice to record every last second and turn it into a YouTube video so you can never forget. With that being said, it's currently Friday, November 7th, 2025, and we gotta get going. The car's all packed and we're all ready to go. So I guess, let's go. And we're off on the 1,200-mile journey from Wisconsin all the way to Orlando, Florida for Disney World. Right now my dad is at the wheel, my mom is in the passenger seat, my younger brother Lucas is watching Demon Slayer, and my older brother Ethan and I are watching our favorite Disney movies. Things go on like this till we hit our first real stop in Kentucky. And obviously, if you know anything about road trips, you know there are specific places where we have to stop, or else that beaver is gonna get us. Now, if you aren't aware what Buc-ee's is, let's just put it this way. Think of a gas station. Now think of a barbecue spot. Now think of a theme park gift shop. Okay, now mash them all together and triple how big you thought it would be. Yeah, these places are amazing. And we have 2 more to stop at, but I didn't take any footage of those for some reason, so I'll check in with you guys after Buc-ee's number 3. After our third and final stop at church for the night, I took the wheel of our beautiful 2019 Dodge Grand Caravan to drive us the rest of the way to the mouse-infested castle. As we took a rest stop at the Florida Welcome Center, I thought about the amount of fog in the area, and although it was starting to lighten up for day 2, my dad still decided to take over and finish the drive. Oh yeah, did I mention that we made the whole drive down in one straight shot? Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time. And with the passing of the sign, we have finally made it to our destination. Now we go and check into our hotel room at the Old Key West Resort. And damn, this place is actually super nice. It's got like a microwave and everything. Now I suppose we aren't doing anything too special till tomorrow, so we all decided to go and enjoy the actual decent temperature of Florida, since it's November and not like July. We rode around on the various modes of transportation, trying to buy as much time as humanly possible till our dinner reservation. First we hopped on a bus from our hotel to the Epcot park, which we will return to tomorrow as our first park. Then from Epcot we hopped on the monorail to the Transportation and Ticket Center, where we then hopped on a ferry boat to the Magic Kingdom, which we will return to in our 5th day. From the Magic Kingdom, we hopped onto the smaller boats that take you around the Seven Seas Lagoon, till we reach our destination for dinner tonight. the Wilderness Lodge Resort, where we realized we still had much more time to kill. So Ethan went off and played in the arcade, and the rest of us went on the boats around Bay Lake for a couple of runs. That took us up to our reservation time. Now let me show you what we're eating for dinner. This is the Whispering Canyon Cafe, where you can get platters of all-you-can-eat barbecue, and boy is that stuff good. The other reason we're here is for the atmosphere. The waiters and waitresses act like normal people having to put up with other people for like an 8-hour shift. It's really hard to explain in words, and I should have grabbed more footage while we were here, because this is easily a top 5 restaurant at Disney for me. After that delectable dinner, we split up, with all of us heading down to Disney Springs, the Disney-themed shopping area. But when we reached the Springs, some of us went back to the hotel, and one of us went to go see the new Predator movie. I was in the head home group, so we made our way to the... Oh god, what's that? And that... Like I was saying, we made our way to the boats at Disney Springs that conveniently took us right to our hotel, so it was time to call it a night. The real fun begins tomorrow. Our first park day begins with me forgetting to record any B-roll before actually getting to the park, but here's this picture of Ethan sleeping on the bus. And look, we've arrived at Epcot on a beautiful cloudy yet somehow still humid day. And as soon as we enter, we get some nice pictures next to the fountain, then book it to the big golf ball, also known as the Spaceship Earth ride. A nice slow ride to start the day. After that, we go walking around the park enjoying the passerbys with their drinking around the world shirts, because that's the cheapest way to get plastered. Wait till the right time of the year for Epcot to do the Food and Wine Festival, then go get drunk at a theme park. Now if I was 21, I would totally be indulging, so I'm one to talk. After enjoying the atmosphere, we climb aboard our next ride, Soarin', which, fun fact, is one of the few rides at Disney World that you can log on Letterboxd. Also the only one that has an actor from the hit 2005 Disney movie Sky High introducing the ride. This ride is one of my favorites too. But not my mom's, I can tell you that much. After that, we went on the Living with the Land ride, which is more or less just an educational bit for your kids to learn what a vegetable is, because they're not going to find one around the rest of the park. After that, we let our dad take the lead as he took us over to the Imagination Pavilion to ride the Journey Through Imagination ride. One of, if not my dad's favorite ride. I could personally take it or leave it. And now that I've successfully rage baited my dad, we can move on to my personal favorite ride at Epcot, mainly because it's based on my favorite Disney movie, Ratatouille. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is the ride in question if you couldn't figure it out by me showing you the sign right now. And on top of it being a really good ride, it also has one of the best queues in Disney World. And if you can make me enjoy standing in a long ass line, you're doing something right. Like, look at this room with the Paris skyline. Dude, Chef Gusteau talks to you. Now, does this mean we're all going collectively insane? Because the talking Gusteau in the movie is just Remy's imagination. So is this all just one weird drug trip? Is that why I'm seeing talking animals? Oh look, a piece of the North has wiggled its way down to Disney and wedged itself into a cabinet. Once we all stopped seeing talking rats, we split up, with my brothers and I running over to the new-ish Guardians of the Galaxy ride that they for some reason slapped inside Epcot instead of the movie-themed park Hollywood Studios. After waiting forever in another long but really cool-looking queue, is that Terry Crews? I chickened out of the roller coaster and waited for the two goobers outside, to which we split up even further, with Lucas staying behind in Epcot and Ethan and I heading down to Disney Springs to go do something that's more air-conditioned. Me and Ethan share a common love of movies, with his taste being more quote-unquote cinephile than mine. So when I suggested we go to see the 40th anniversary re-release of one of the best movies of all time, I figured he'd say no. But he actually said yes! Now let's go see one of the greatest movies of all time. When the credits of Rocky IV rolled, Ethan and I decided to explore Disney Springs a little more before calling it a night. So we decided to go to the gigantic Coca-Cola store that's right next to the AMC. And oh my god, is this store amazing. And things are actually reasonably priced in Disney World? Did I mention that this store has 3 floors? With the top being an outdoor drinking loft that gives you an amazing view of Disney Springs. We're definitely going to come back to buy some things. So we head back on our way to the hotel for the night.
You look lonely. I can fix that.
So between our 3 park days, we actually did 2 break days just to chill and relax around the resort. And that's exactly what we did today. Our day began with us heading over to a place called Winter Summerland to play some mini golf. And oh my god, it's just like home. There's asbestos all over. Things started off strong for me, but fell off quickly when my dad began to go absolutely crazy, getting like 4 holes in one. The game ended with my dad in a big lead. Nobody even stood a chance. After that insulting loss, we all decided to ride some transportation again. So we drove over to the Transportation and Ticket Center parking lot, took the tram up to the actual place, took the monorail over to the Grand Floridian. Then we all went our separate ways before meeting up for dinner. Ethan and I took the Skyliner, then decided what to do next. Now, guess where we went? So today, Ethan and I saw this weird-ass movie called Begonia. It's about the one guy from Breaking Bad and the one girl from La La Land, as the guy thinks the girl is an alien, so he kidnaps her and holds her captive in his basement. Fun stuff. After that, we met up with our parents for dinner at CityWorks Sports Bar, because tonight there was a Packer game. So my parents thought it would be fun watching it at dinner in Disney World. It was not fun. Although dinner was okay, the amount of fans of the opposing team that were here was just astronomical, and that would have been fine if not for this table off to the side over here that would flip off my family every time the Eagles did anything. So that was fun. After a few hours of that, we all headed back to the hotel to end what has been a very nice, chill day. Tomorrow we go to the Magic Kingdom for their Christmas party. Yeah, so apparently if you're going to the Christmas party at Magic Kingdom, you can't get in until like 4, but then only people doing the party can stay after like 7, so it's a decent trade-off. And this way, the lines are going to be way shorter, so that's fun. When we finally get in, we were given a free cookie, so already the day is off to a great start. After gazing at the castle for a few, we headed off to do some rides. And the one we started with just happens to be one of my favorites to get lost in while I was 6 years old. After that thrilling adventure, we all got a round of orange whips. Then we split off into 3, me hanging back with my parents, and then the 2 creatures going off to ride whatever they wanted. Lucas attempted to ride Space Mountain all night, but that never really came into fruition. I don't know what Ethan did, but I do know that my parents and I waited in a 45-minute line to get these popcorn buckets, because by God, my parents need more Disney popcorn buckets. After that, the 3 of us went onto the Haunted Mansion ride, a ride that I remember very much disliking as a kid, probably because Eddie Murphy never showed up. After getting possessed by ghosts, we met back up with Ethan to do something that must be against the Geneva Convention. After that grueling torture, I thought it would be a great idea to relax for a few. And what better way than watching a funny short movie? So when I found out that Mickey's PhilharMagic was closed for renovations, part of my soul left, never to return. So instead, we walked around for a while, taking advantage of the free food and drinks you get while being at the Christmas party. Very good hot chocolate. But I had to drink it fast because we were making our way towards the thing that I've been the most excited to try out this trip. Quite possibly the best ride in the parks. I should have gone like 3 more times. But instead, I decided to have a look around the Tron gift shop because I had been seeing this sick backpack on people the past few days, and I really wanted it. But then a worker told me that this backpack hasn't been restocked in months. And whenever it is, the leeches and scalpers come in and buy up all the stock within minutes. I literally cannot catch a break. First Pokemon cards, now backpacks. I just want to spend my money on stupid stuff, damn it. I can't even do that these days. So I went ahead and got these pressed pennies instead. Anyway, we all split up again, so I went with Lucas onto Space Mountain, which was extremely awesome and scary at the same time. They were doing a special overlay for the party, so they had a bunch of lights going off in the normally dark roller coaster, so you could basically see all the rails that looked like they were about to lob your head clean off. So after being scared to death, Lucas and I went to the Monsters Inc. laugh floor, which I remember liking a lot more as a kid. Then we joined the rest of the family for the fireworks. To top the night off, Ethan and I went on Space Mountain again. Then we actually didn't go to a movie tonight. Shocker, I know. We all went back to the hotel to rest up for the day that I've been looking forward to the most. So to preface the remainder of the video, I decided to record the last 2 days of us being here with an old mini DVD camcorder that my parents would use to record our trips back in the early 2010s. And honestly, the quality isn't as bad as I thought it would be. So enjoy the rest of our trip like this. So, Today is the day of real leisure, as we have 2 extravagant meals booked for us today. And by we, I mean me and my brothers, because for some reason, my parents didn't want to come with us to both of the rainforest cafes on Disney property in one day. Speaking of which, here we are in the Animal Kingdom, or just right outside, for our first rainforest cafe of the day, and our breakfast, as this is the only rainforest cafe to serve breakfast. I got me a good old Eggs Benedict, then we hit the rainforest gift shop to make up for the Tron backpack catastrophe from yesterday. And oh my god, this place just sells anything, huh? Shirts, water bottles, hats, which I bought one of, stuffed animals, and Mr. Beast. With a new hat in my possession, we headed towards Disney Springs, where we will spend the rest of our day. First things first, Ethan and I went to the movies, of course, and this time we're going to watch the 40th anniversary re-release of the greatest movie of all time. And Lucas didn't want to join us since he's a loser and didn't want to watch Back to the Future with us. He got to walk around and enjoy Florida. When I've had my fix of movies for the day, we met back up with Lucas to hit the lanes and go bowling. To which I absolutely crushed them, but who's counting? Oh wait, I am. All jokes aside, as much as I love riffing on my brothers, it is nice to be spending some quality time with them, especially when you're winning at what you're doing. When our time was up here, we decided to go shopping until our second reservation today. Our first stop took us back to the Coca-Cola store, where Ethan bought some shoes, and I bought a Coke glass that's the exact size of a can of soda. These are just 2 of the greatest inventions made by man, and we need to go find more. So after a visit to the Coke loft, we stopped inside the World of Disney store, where overpriced garbage reigned supreme, and still no Tron backpack. It was worth a shot. And time flies when you're shopping, so I guess it's time to start making our way to our dinner, which we were still a bit early for. So I stayed back and watched the show for a bit while Ethan and Lucas went to do whatever. And we have finally sat down at our second rainforest cafe of the day. I think we all got burgers, and I took the time to take in the beautiful scenery of plastic leaves and animatronic animals. Also fish. Then, some people couldn't go 20 minutes without their phones, so here we are. But before they could put their phones away, the thunderstorm hit. After escaping the storming rainforest within an inch of our lives, we decided to call it a night. But Lucas wanted to make one more stop. No, please stop, you can't make me. Yeah, I know, looks really cool. Why would I get that? I already have one. No! And we have made it to our final real day of vacation, as we head to our final stop at my favorite one of the parks, Hollywood Studios. And I guess my dad didn't want to take an overly confusing route to the studios today, so we're just taking the bus. As we enter the studios after waiting in line for like an hour and a half, we make our way to our first attraction of the day, which is oddly a favorite of mine. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a short film that you weirdly watch crammed in a room with a bunch of other people. It follows Mickey and Minnie as they go on a picnic, but then a train that Goofy is drunk driving blows up and whoa, what the? Yeah, this is a cool fake out and I wish more rides had this much creativity. Now we pass through the screen and into the cartoon as we hop onto Goofy's train to follow Mickey and Minnie as they get into a bunch of trouble. And yeah, that's about it. It's a simple ride, but I like it a lot. So yeah, as we make our way over to the Star Wars area of the studios, we salute the fallen attraction known as Muppet Vision 3D. That short film was always a highlight of Studios Day, so to see it boarded up just does not feel right. We eventually make it over to Star Wars Land and take advantage of an oddly short wait time on the Millennium Falcon ride, where the whole family gets to pilot the famous ship, as your brothers send you crashing into mountain after mountain. When we've had our fair share of motion sickness, we head away from Star Wars Land, honestly because there's nothing to do over here. And we go over to Toy Story Land, where we waited like an hour and a half for some reason to get onto Toy Story Mania, the only Disney World ride to be released for the Nintendo Wii. Then we got a little bite as we went to go do another one of my favorite attractions, the Indiana Jones Stunt Show. This is a 20-minute show that takes you into what it looks like to be on an actual movie set, while watching actual stunt performers do some actual cool stunts. Obviously with some theatrics put in, but I always love watching how movies are made, and this is kind of that. So I like it. Then we hop next door to Star Tours, which is a ride that I'm actually surprised is still running, as it's still a fun one, but it's been here for a really long time, and the other Star Wars rides on the other side of the park really blow it out of the water. Speaking of the Star Wars rides, the next ride we went on was the Slinky Dog Dash roller coaster in Toy Story Land, which also had an extremely long wait for what is still a fun ride, but not worth waiting a good chunk of your day for. Then to kill some time, we went on another Toy Story ride, this being the Alien Swirling Saucers. My dad really wanted to go on this one for some reason, Just look how happy he is. Aww. With time officially killed, we head away from the rides for the day as we go to our dinner reservation at the Sci-Fi Drive-In Diner/Theater. This is the first time I've dined at this classy establishment, and the atmosphere alone has made this one of my favorites. The whole restaurant is decked out to make it look like you're outside in a drive-in theater in the 50s, watching cheesy B-movie trailers and the occasional appearance of Peak Cinema. I think this place could be even better if they were to show some actual movies here, rather than the 20-minute loop of trailers and commercials. Or at least make the loop longer. I don't want to watch the same trailers over and over throughout my meal. You can keep the Tom and Jerry coming though. That's a different story. After that glorious meal, things got a little bit stressful. I followed Lucas as he went to Savi's workshop in Star Wars Land to build a custom lightsaber. That was all fine, but what happened next wasn't. And I really wish I recorded some of this. So, Lucas wanted to have his picture taken in front of the Millennium Falcon by one of the professional photographers in the park. So we go over there, only to find a line of maybe 4 groups of people waiting to get their picture taken. That's not that long, but we only have so long to make it to our next attraction. So we gotta get done sooner or later. Thankfully, the photographer was taking at least 10 minutes per group, getting as many pictures in as many different poses with as many different props as humanly possible. We had about 30 minutes left before we had to book it to the other side of the park for our next thing, so we thought we were fine. That's when a group of, I kid you not, 23 people, I counted, come over and cut in front of us. Oh, I'm sorry, they didn't cut in front of us. They had their poor 15-year-old standing by himself saving the spot, while the rest of these fully grown adults went off to do whatever. But it's fine, we have 30 minutes. They took 40, but we couldn't get out of line, we were the next ones up, and we waited this long already. By now I had about 17 missed calls from my dad wondering where we were, since the show was about to start. So once Lucas got his one picture, in one pose, with one prop, we booked it as planned all the way to our final attraction at Disney World, which we got to about 2 minutes late. This is Fantasmic. It's a live show that is put on every night at Hollywood Studios, and it's always a highlight of a studio trip. It uses water projection, fire on water somehow, huge puppets, and dudes in suits to tell a fun story. And great music too. I forgot to mention that. It's too bad that I really didn't enjoy this show as much as I usually do, since I just spent the last hour stressing and running like I was Glenn Powell in the 2025 remake of The Running Man. Hey, that reminds me. After Fantasmic, we stayed and watched some of the fireworks for a bit. Then Ethan and I went off for one last movie. And hey look, they put a Christmas tree in Disney Springs. Kinda weird how they're still decorating the rest of the resort while the parks are already spruced up. Anyway, we made it to our 10:15 p.m. showtime of The Running Man. It was pretty good, but what happened after put a really nice bow on the night. Once we got out of the theater, we noticed something. The buses that take you back to your hotel are gone, so we asked somebody, and turns out the buses had their last runs just about an hour into us watching the movie. So we had no choice but to call up our asleep father and get him to drive us back from the Springs to the hotel. What a fantastic way to end the final full day of Disney World. Thanks, Ethan. Well, today is the final day. We gotta be out of here in a few hours, but there's still one thing I gotta do.